Hi Flosstube friends, it's Lorraine with Rags to Stitches USA. Today is Tuesday, January 26th, and it feels like springtime outside here in Georgia. I think the weather is in the high 60s maybe out there. It's, to look outside, it doesn't look like a beautiful spring day. It's kind of gloomy looking, but it's very warm. We had tornado warnings that woke us up in the middle of the night last night. I think around 2 o'clock, the sirens were going off, and you know, the weather alert thing on the phone, and I jumped straight up and couldn't go back to sleep. So it's some awfully strange weather, but this warm weather makes me want to get outside and play in the dirt. And I know there's still a lot of cold weather ahead, though. I'm still dressing as if it's freezing cold outside, but it's a warm day. I don't know how long it's been since my last Flosstube. It hasn't been that long. For me, it hasn't been that long, but I haven't had a lot of stitching time. I've gotten some stitching done, but I've been on the road a little bit this month, and so I have been traveling more than stitching, but that's okay. I did get a few things done. And I'm also kind of planning for some new starts. I'm working through a whip go board, so I'm working through some old whips, which has been fun. I think I'm going to really see some progress on some of my old whips this year, and I think I'm going to get a lot of them done. But there are so many things I'm itching to start. So Cheryl, with Tranquil Stitches, has asked me to join with her in March Mayhem, and it just sounded like something I couldn't resist. So it's kind of, you do what you want. Just something that might be crazy for you, of course, Mayhem. So I think I'm going to do something really crazy, and I might start a lot of new starts, a lot. And I don't mean just little starts, I mean big ones, like And They Sinned and Consider the Lilies type big. I know I will probably start those two, and then there are a few more that I'll probably start. I had planned on showing you some of the things that I was wanting to work on in the video that I'm recording now, but I wasn't planning on recording today. I was kind of thinking about recording tomorrow, but then I was talking with my daughter earlier today, and she asked if I would like to watch her kids tomorrow, and I am so excited to see the kids. I have not seen them since right after Christmas. So I've missed them terribly. So I decided to just throw this together real quick. So I won't be showing quite as much as I had planned on showing, but I plan on doing more videos this year, so I'll show you in the next video some of the things that I'm planning on working on. So I'll show you some of the things that I have worked on this month. One of them being a friend had loaned me this chart, and so I can't show it to you. All I have is my little working copy. But it's Pledge Allegiance 1892 by the Pen Keep. And I know I promised to do this in my last video, and I was going to get my son to help me, and I never connected with him, so I just downloaded the video or uploaded the video or whatever you do to these things. I did that without putting the little picture in right here. But I have another son at home right now, and he's all video techie and all that stuff, so maybe he can help me as well. So between the two of them, maybe I can get a picture inserted right here of what that chart looks like. And I think I had just barely started it maybe in my last video, and so this is where I am now on that. And this is just working on it for 30 minutes a day, 4 or 5 days a week. So it's coming along. I really like it. This is a piece of mystery linen that I coffee and tea dyed. And I really kind of think I want to grunge it up a little bit more, but I'm not really sure how to do that now that I've started stitching on it, because it is stitched with overdyed floss. I think what I've been using, I can't remember what the red is, the words are Garden Gate, And so I don't really want to get those wet because I don't want them to run. So I don't really know how I can grunge up my fabric now that I've already started working on it. So if y'all have any ideas, if you would share those, I would appreciate it, because that's not something I have a lot of expertise in. I haven't done a lot of my own dyeing of fabric or grunging up. I know there's some sort of, I've heard some floss tubers talk about a walnut spray, and I haven't tried that. I know I couldn't saturate those flosses, but I don't know if I could like stand behind, back and kind of mist it. I don't know. So if y'all have any ideas, if you would share those, I would sure appreciate it. Okay, another one that I have been working on is His Eye is on the Sparrow. And I know y'all know what that looks like, but I'll put that here. It's a beautiful, beautiful chart by Beth Twist, Heartstring Samplery. And here again, if I can get my son to figure out how to do this, I will put a picture of where I was when I last made my video here. Since the video, I was having a Zoom call with some friends, and we were all just sitting here chatting and laughing, and I was working on my border and getting to the point where the border would meet up. And when I got to that point, the border didn't meet up. And I think that was actually the second time. I think I had already ripped the top border out completely and had tried to do it again, and it still wasn't meeting up. So I had naively, when I found that first error, I just found an error and I thought that must have been it. Well, it wasn't it. There were several errors in the border. So when I went back, I started at the center bottom where the tree trunk is. So I started here and started counting just this skinny border here to make sure that those were all right. So I went all the way to this corner and all the way up this left-hand side, or right-hand side. Am I showing y'all the back? Ha! I think I'm showing you, no, I'm showing you the right part. Okay, I'm showing you backwards though. So I started here and started counting this way, just in this little skinny part of the border. And I got all the way up to the top, and it's all right so far. That's all correct. So then I started at the center, counting around to this corner, and I got to this flower, and I'm off by 1 stitch. And I thought, well, booger. And so I just kept checking, and I get on around, and up in here I'm off 1 as well. So I'm not only off this way, I'm off this way as well. So what I'm gonna do, because I thought about it and thought, can I fudge it, can I fudge it? It would haunt me. I wouldn't be able to take it. So I'm going to start, oh, where am I? Yeah, I'm gonna start right here, and I'm going to take all of the top and all of this left-hand border and the bottom down to that 3rd flower. I'm going to take all of that border out and restitch all of that. But that might not be tomorrow. I've undone a lot, y'all. I have never frogged this much in my life. I don't know. I think I had a little short there for a little while. I'm not really sure what is going on. I have never frogged so much. It's a good thing that I'm a process stitcher and not a project stitcher, because I enjoy the stitching, so I'll just enjoy doing it again. It's not nearly as much fun the second time though as it was the first time, at least not for me. But I will enjoy it more knowing that it's done correctly. Because if I were to start trying to fudge it, I've still got a lot to go in this sampler. And I would be fudging and fudging, and I would get lost and confused, and it would be more trouble than it's worth to me. So for me personally, I would rather take it out and know that it's done right. And I'm not saying this whole thing is mistake free. It's not. I mean, I've got lots of little mistakes in here, but nothing that's gonna compromise the structure of the piece. That border would definitely compromise the structure of the piece. So I'm gonna redo that border, but not tomorrow. Or maybe I'll think about it tomorrow. I tell some of my friends that I'm just gonna be a scarlet and I'll think about it tomorrow. So that's probably what I'll do. So for tonight, I'm just gonna put it away. Alrighty, let's see, what else was I working on? I was working on Teresa Kitten Stitcher, Shakespeare's Peddler. I was working on A Savior's Praise. Love that one. And as a reminder for you guys, this is the one that I discovered that my linen had a hole in it and I had to turn it around and restart it. So I will show you where I was on that one here. Maybe, hopefully. I think I just had a little bit of this corner right here done. So I've gotten a little bit of it done. I had thought I'm gonna go ahead and do that whole border just to make sure that it matches up, but I can't do that. I like doing it as I go so that I can have a check and balance, you know. Okay, well, it lined up here and it lined up here, so that must be right. So I did not do that in His Eyes on the Sparrow. I just took off and did the border, and I think that's how I got off. So I think I'm gonna just start coming in and filling in some of this stuff so that I can have that kind of check and balance as I go along. So that's where I am on A Savior's Praise. There is a big urn that goes here, and Teresa had charted it for some flowers in the urn. But Lynette had the great idea, because we started this Easter of last year. Yeah, that's how long I've been working on this. I haven't been working on it the whole time. That's when I started it, was Easter of last year. And so since we started it on Easter Sunday, Lynette had the idea of putting the 3 crosses in that urn, and I thought that was a fantastic idea. So that's what I had done when I was working on this originally. So, oops, that's the back of it. Sorry. So that's what I will do again when I get to that point up here. I will put that urn in right here and put the 3 crosses in that. Don't know if I will get to that point by the time you see me the next time or not. I am working, I'm in some challenge groups, and so one of them is the Whip Go, and this month the Savior's Praise was one of my whips that I was working on, and I had a challenge to stitch 500 stitches in it, and I far passed that this month. So I'm not sure that I'll be working on that again next month. I might be, but that probably won't be one of my focus ones. I'm trying to think though. In Daily 30, we have a yearly kind of focus. That may be one of my yearly focuses, so I might be working on that some next month. I'll have to think. They're all beginning to run together. It's not hard for that to happen with me. Okay, another one that I was working on is, and this is one of my focus pieces for the year with the Daily 30 group, and that is one of Mary Beale's Christmas stockings. And this is the one that this is the one I'm working on right now. This is stocking number, it doesn't say. I think this is stocking number 7, I think. So I'm working on that one, and this is how far I have gotten on it. I'll show you where I was before. This is where I am now. I love this. I love all of her stockings. Love them all, and I want to stitch them all, every one of them. And I have enough family members to do that. I will have to duplicate actually. So I don't know if I will duplicate with different members, different family units. My daughter's married now, and so I don't know if I will give some of her children duplicates of some of the other. I'm not sure yet. Haven't figured all that out. So I'm just doing the stocking without the names for a little while. And then I'll figure it out as I go. Alrighty, let's see. Those are the ones that I primarily focused on since I saw you last. There is one more that I forgot to show you. One more of the Whip Go pieces that I worked on this month. There were 2 Whip Go pieces that I worked on. One was the Savior's Praise. The other was the Strawberry Sampler by the City Stitcher. There is what that will look like when it's finished. If all goes well, I will show you where I was on that one right there. I think I haven't gone back and looked at my old video, but I think when I did my last video, I discovered that 3 of the windows, the middle windows were off. Right in here, I had only stitched 3 windows there for some reason. I don't know what in the world I was thinking. Here again, that was during my short. So I ripped those windows out and replaced the windows and started laying mortar for brick and started working on the roof. So I've got just about all of the mortar sewn in, and it's time for lots more satin stitches. So I did finish. I don't know if the border was done the last time or not, but the border is all done. It all meets up. So probably starting next week or whenever I finish the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge of Allegiance is what I've been doing for my 30 minutes a day, but I may go back to this because that's a good thing for me to sit and do, is the satin stitches, the bricks. So I usually do the bricks for about 30 minutes, and I'm tired of doing them by then, so I do it about 30 minutes a day, and that's good. So that's probably what I'll do. I'll go back to doing this as my 30 minutes a day project for a little while. So that's it for that one. I want to show you a couple of gifts that I got from a sweet friend of mine, and this will probably be one of the things that I work on in March for my new start. I'm not going to do all big projects. I will have to throw in some small ones in there just for my own sanity, I'm sure. Small is not necessarily, it's not my first go-to. I tend to gravitate to those big ones, but I do want to throw in some small ones. I may do some Christmas ornaments. I may do some patriotic pieces. Might do some falls. I might do some seasonal things in there. Probably more Christmas. I don't know. I really haven't focused on that a lot. But one gift that I was just given was this ruler, and I haven't even opened it up. Let's see if I can open that up. This is the ruler, and this you can slide, well, you can slide in right here a piece of fabric that has been stitched on. It's called the See-Through Showcase Ruler for cross stitch or photos, and it came with an alphabet chart. And then my friend gave me this pattern to stitch. Oh, can y'all see that? I don't know if that's going to focus. It's adorable. It's called Bee's Rule from My Lady's Needle, and it says, how doth the little, let me get my glasses. It says, how doth the little busy bee? And it's got a couple of bee skeps on either end. I just think that is so sweet. I love it. So that will be one of my new starts. It may be the first new start that I do in March. I just love it. She knows me very well. And then another gift that she gave me could not have come at a more perfect time, because I'm planning all these March new starts. She gave me the sampler stitching notebook for keeping track of my sampler stitching and other historic needlework projects. It's an artist design book. I love it. And so in it, it has places for me to put the name of the chart, who the designer was, the kind of linen that I use, the count, the color, the flosses that I use. There's a place for a picture, notes. I love this. I have never kept up with my stitching when I started it, how long I worked on it, what linen I used. I've started trying to do a little bit better with keeping up with the linen, but this will make it so much nicer. So I love that, so I'm all excited about that. While I was traveling, I was able to stop by a cross-stitch shop, and I was so excited about that. So I went to Dixie Darling in Gatlinburg, and the ladies there were so nice, and so I was able to buy up some flosses that I knew I would need for these upcoming big projects. I didn't buy all of the floss I need because I'm not completely sure of everything that I'm going to be stitching yet. But I did know one of the ones that I want to stitch on. No, you know, I said that I might stitch on that ruler first, but I'm not. The very first one I'm going to start is the Sally Spencer sampler, because sooner begun, sooner done, right? So that will be the first one that I will start. And I'm so excited about starting that one. I've been wanting to do that one for a long time. And so I picked up the sampler threads that I would need to stitch this one. I picked up a lot of threads. So I was really excited to run my hands through those. And they had almost everything I needed. There were very few threads they were out of. So I was very, very excited about that. Another place that I went to when I was traveling around was, I went to a, might not have brought it in here. Oh yeah, I did too. Okay, I went to a yarn shop. There was a yarn shop in Gatlinburg where the owner is a spinner. So she spins a lot of her own yarns, and oh my goodness, she had some beautiful things in there. I am not an accomplished knitter. I taught myself to knit many years ago when I was in a dinner theater, and my character knit. And I didn't want to just sit up there and pretend to knit and clack needles together. I wanted to really be doing it. So I taught myself to knit, but you know, I can knit and I can purl, and I've made scarves, and I've made washcloths, and I've made some fingerless mitts, love those, but I've never made socks. And so one of the girls that I was with said she and her daughter would be happy to show me how to make socks. I am so excited! So I bought some yarn to make socks, and this one came in a little kit, all bundled up, and they're self-striping socks. Look how fun is that for Christmas. This red and green yarn is going to make these self-striping socks. Won't that be fun? Ah, I love that. Love that. So I don't know if that will be the first ones that I make, or I bought a couple. So here's another one. Oh, it feels so good. And here again, these are self-striping. And I bought this because it said, no, maybe this isn't the one. Okay, this one is made, it's bamboo pop sock. So I think those will be real pretty to wear with jeans. Oh, I thought I bought another one. Oh yeah, there it is. So I bought these, and I bought these because it's soft, lofty, durable brush tail possum blends. It's made from a possum. Okay, I live in Georgia. I had to get these. So these are to make some more fingerless mitts from possum. How fun. Oh my goodness. So anyway, I think we will probably start our lessons soon on that. I'm real excited about that. So I'll show you my progress if and when I have some on that. So I'm getting close to my time limit, and that's all that I brought up for today. So I will close for now, and hopefully I'll be getting back with you in a couple of weeks. Hope you all stay safe, stay well. The virus is running rampant right here, right now, and if you have stuck with me this far, thank you. If you are so inclined, if you would, please pray for my former pastor. He is in the hospital in ICU clinging to life, and it's not looking good. So if you could pray for his family, I would appreciate it very much. So stay safe, stay well, and hope you have lots of time for stitching. Bye for now.